Welcome to Let's Talk with your host, Teresa Ann. I'm so glad that you are joining us today as I get to interview my beautiful daughter, Paris Keelea. She is a beautiful gift from the Lord to me, and I get to be her mom. So without any further ado, welcome, Paris Keelea.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, I'm so glad you can make it. I love our discussion.
You know, it's really hard, next door.
I know.
It's hard to walk.
I know. It's like I have to pay for gas money for you to be here. So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. What is it that you've learned in the past year about intercession?
Learning that intercession actually existed. Didn't even know intercession was a thing.
Wow.
Actually, my own mom taught me about it. And
which I found, I was like wowed by that because I didn't know that.
Well, I just got brought back a memory, and I believe it's the Lord showing me this just now. But a few years back, I was sick and in bed, and you came over to me and you were praying over me. And the amazing thing of what you had said, and I know that, everything that you say and do is influenced by the Lord, or we try to be,
Yeah.
But you had said, this is not yours. So this infirmity does not belong to you. And Lord, whoever's going through this infirmity, we pray healing over it in the name of Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
Peace be still. The blood of Jesus cover them from their head down into their toes. And when he had said that, of course I'm sick and I'm like, I don't want to pray for anybody. Like, me, like selfishness,
Yeah.
But I'm like, what the heck she's saying, I'm feeling really bad, but it's amazing because it also showed unselfishness. But that's kind of, now looking back, I totally understood what you were talking about. You're talking about intercession, because if you look up the definition of intercession on Google, it's praying on somebody else's behalf.
Oh, wow.
And so then this year, a lot of things have happened in my life where the Lord has placed, and I don't want to sound freaky, but like feelings over me where now I know it's the Lord, because before I used to take it as my own, such as feeling like loneliness, depression, not really, I don't want to say depression, but more of just like there's something going on, I just feel even physically heaviness on my chest.
And it didn't make sense.
And it did not make sense, but I would just take it as my own. And when you had talked about it on Daughters of the King meeting, and it instantly clicked. So these things that I'm feeling are actually not mine. They're actually for, to pray for somebody else. So when I have a headache, Lord, whoever is going through a headache right now, I pray healing over them. And most of the time, and I'll say, honestly, probably 99.9% of the time, it's gone. Or anything's gone. And I think I think I actually talked about this in a previous Let's Talk video. I don't know if I think it was the earlier times.
Yeah.
But I had talked about how the Lord entrusts us with that gift and how we don't take it lightly. And so intercession is an honor. It's something that we don't take lightly anymore. I'll be the first one to admit I've been a mercy and a grace abuser. And, you also showed me the difference between mercy and grace. And
I used to always tell her this, that grace is what empowers us to rise above sin. Mercy allows us to get back up again.
Yeah. People are watching you no matter, even if you feel like nobody's watching you.
Somebody's watching us.
And I have always had this feeling of somebody has always been watching me. And sounds so weird, but I truly can't tell you how many times I'll be in my room by myself. And it's not a fear.
No.
It's not like who's behind me.
Yeah.
It's not fearful. It's like it's just like a friend's there almost.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like if I even do anything wrong, I'm being watched. Like I can't even explain to you.
It's the fear of the Lord.
I almost feel like all my life I have been watched.
Wow.
And it's not like sick or like, I'm in the shower, somebody's watching me. Like, it's not like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I can't do anything. Like, and it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I think the Lord knows me.
Yeah.
But, like, if I would not be sitting here. Probably not. I probably wouldn't be. But like the Lord has just always, I've always just felt it. Like no matter what, even when I was in the midst of doing something bad, or
right.
like, you know, in that, I always just felt they were still there, even though I was doing something bad. Like, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. It's almost like that.
Wow.
And like for me, getting the privilege and the honor to feel that presence is really amazing, and you know, like it's just very cool to you know, feel that way, even though I'm like, I kind of wish you weren't watching me, like I kind of want to do this.
Well,
you know?
I think too what it shows you is that you're not, and this is where I think Christianity gets really, really muddied. So many of us feel like we have to do what's right because we have to. But I think you're in a place where it's not about have to, it's from an overflow of I get to because look what he's done for me.
Yeah.
I can't help but not do what's right.
You know, it's even with worship.
Yes.
Like, actually, like, if you would have seen my evolution of worship, even, like, recently, like, I got the revelation of worship, and it's worshiping because of what he's done for me in my life. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not about the music or the feeling, because sometimes it is hard to worship when there's not good music. But it's not even about that anymore, because that's what it used to be about for me, was the music and how the air conditioning is, and
yeah,
how, you know, the flow's going with the lighting, you know, all that. But it wasn't about that anymore, because I truly realized what worship was, and it wasn't about any of the production stuff.
Yeah.
It was about saying thank you for what you have done in my life and what you're continuing to do in my life. And I'm worshiping you because of what it says in your word. How much it's like you freely have given me this, you know? And this is the least I can do, is praise you. I mean, like...
That's beautiful.
Well, you know, and he's like, I don't want you to repay me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, I want to worship you, you know? But this is the least I can do. And so... this is all I have. It's almost like the widow with the pennies. This is all I have to give. But I'm going to give it to you. Because I truly trust in you and I know who you are. No matter what is going on in my life, good, bad, indifferent, any of it, I'm going to worship you. And I'm not going to use those cute, cheesy quotes that say, worship you through the storm. None of that crap. Like, no. Like, that's not
even though that's truth.
Yes, but that's not my relationship. You know what I mean? It's like... it's a good reminder. Yeah. But it's also good repost on Facebook. But it's like, are we really going to do that? We just need to do it. I don't know, like, it's just like, I was looking up ways on how to get motivated the other day. You know what it said? It cussed, but it just said, get up. Like, stop thinking about your list. Stop thinking about what you're going to do. Just do it. Which is so funny. You had mentioned to me you wanted me to be on your show the other day, and you said you were going to send me an email. I said I didn't want to be on it. Yeah. Well, like I want that on a pillow. I said I didn't want to be on it. Just kidding. So mean. I love her show, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, you know, you don't want to sit down. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? And you're my mom, and I live right next door to you. Not really, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I actually was in the car practicing what I would say. Really? Yes. Oh. No, I forgot about the legacy question. Because I had watched your interviews previously, and I'm like, oh, maybe she'll, like, ask a question like this, so I'll just practice it a little bit. And so, I'm like, I had practiced my question, like, answers, like, that's a good one, Mom. You know, like, I'm really, you know, that's a good question. I never thought of that. But the legacy thing, I've never thought of.
Okay. Which scripture would you want to be known for? Like, one thing I remember about Paris is...
it's like the Proverbs 31 woman. She laughs without fear of the future. I want to be that woman who not only, like you always say, wherever you go, make it better. But I also want to be that woman that people say, you know, something about her is that she just went with the flow, but she laughed through everything. Yeah. That no matter, like, what was going on, she always knew who her God was.
Yes.
No matter the storms, no matter anything.
Mm.
And I don't know why I get emotional, but I do.
I love you.
The Lord has softened my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It's always this subject too, dang it. It's always about God.
Yeah.
Or family, and just how grateful I am.
Well, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you've learned about God in this season of your life that maybe you heard about him, read about him, but you never knew personally?
I've learned that, like, he really has never left me. I have never felt like I was alone.
Right.
Plus, I grew up in an amazing, and I still am growing up in an amazing household and family, and it's every day I just, like, think, wow, I can't believe, like, the Lord chose me to be part of that family, like, this family.
I love you.
I have amazing relationships with every person in my family. There's no bad one. I love my brother. I'm close to my brother. I love my sister-in-law. I'm close to her. She's the most amazing sister-in-law a girl could ask for, and I was very protective of my brother.
Yeah.
I hated every girl that he walked through the door, which he didn't walk through many, so,
No, he didn't. Actually, I don't think he ever did.
That's what I love about him, and, my dad,
he's awesome.
what the heck,
he's raw and real.
I learned so much from both of you guys, and,
we learned a lot from you.
I'm like naming all the family members, just everybody, grandparents and aunts and uncles and just amazing people.
Yeah.
And cousins and all that.
On both sides.
And legacy, they're legacy people. Like they are the ones who carry a legacy. Each side of my family, my mom's side and my dad's side. You'll never forget, like, if you've met one of my family members, and on both sides, my mom or my dad's side. And where am I going with this? As I'm crying.
What have you learned about God that you knew about him, but you never knew about him personally?
This year, I personally feel very close to him. Actually, there have been moments where I'll be listening to music in the car, and I just feel like I need to stop the music and have silence. Honestly, too, like, waking up in the middle of the night and completely refreshed, knowing the Lord wants to speak to me downstairs. Yes. It's almost like my down room, not the upper room, but like the down room, like I'll call it the down room. But like it's the most richest times where like I've realized too that he wants quality time with each and every one of us, and I always forget that people have
the God of the universe.
Yes, like the most famous man of all wants to talk to me, a little me. But not only that, but also, like, I always forget that everybody else talks to him, and I'm like, we had a conversation, like, I had a conversation, too, about totally different things, but, like, also has, like, shown me, personally, too, the people that he loves, that I know in my own strength I couldn't love.
Yeah.
And, like, I know it's supernatural. I know he gives me that compassion and that love for people.
That's grace.
That I would never probably, and I know that's a bad, strong word, but I think I would
shun and
not care about, honestly. And I'm being very real and transparent, and hopefully there's somebody out there who
I get it.
Thinks the same way as me, but wouldn't care if they died the next day.
Yeah. And
the Lord has placed love in me that, Lord, I pray nothing happens to them. And I'm like, did that just come out of my mouth? Like, it's just like, it's supernatural, and that the Lord has shown me that he gives me that. Yeah. Like, he places that within me. It's just, I can't tell you, I can't freaking comprehend in words how amazing the Lord is and how good he's been through everything. It's
he's
I don't want to let him down. You know what I mean? But I truly have realized, when you have always spoken to me, wherever you go, you make it better. And now I truly feel like the Lord is showing me, you're making it better through me. And even people have recognized it. They've said, there's something different, you know? And I'm like, it's not magic.
No.
You know, it's just the Lord. It's the Lord. And so I
His
always
word doesn't return void.
It's alive.
Yes.
And I love it.
You know, it's funny. I'm sure every time you walk out that door, and I'm like, wherever you go, you make it better.
Oh, yeah. And there'll be times where I'm like,
yeah. But it's like every day I feel that conviction of you speak that over her. Wherever you go,
have to say too,
you make it better.
If we're going to be talking about a parenting segment,
oh no,
I have to say something great that you and Dad both have done so much. Is just, I don't think we've ever ended the phone conversation or anything without saying, I love you. And not only that, but like, it's just second nature that when I don't hear people say that, like, you don't love them? You know, like their wife or something, and they're like, I love them. And I'm like, well, why the heck didn't you say anything after you guys went on the phone? You know, like, you just never know. But also, I love how, too, like, Dad will just sometimes randomly say, have I told you lately how proud I am of you? And I'm like, yeah. Like, you said it like a few seconds ago.
He's so sweet.
But, like, the things, like...
Such a manly man.
You guys have always... Like, it's just very family-oriented, but you guys have always just made it... Like, even with Cody, you know, like, Cody says it.
Yeah.
You know, we all say it.
So
everybody
amazing.
says it. And that's something that, like, I want to carry on, you know, of course, to my family.
Yeah. And we've made sure that we don't say it out of habit. I got that from the show This Is Us.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I always wanted to make sure that I genuinely, when I say I love you, I genuinely mean I love you.
I love you. And sometimes we just get to speak it by faith. You know, sometimes people are like, well, I'm not going to fake it, so why say it? It's like, no. You're not going to fake it. You're going to say it by faith. And then...
You faith it till you make it.
And then you faith it some more.
That needs to be a pillow.
I know. I don't know how long I've said that for, but I remember taking...
No, it's so funny, because every time I hear people say it, I'm like...
Yeah, it's like...
Like I whisper.
Like, you know, we're so adamant about not being fake that we don't do it at all. And yet the Lord's called us to live by faith, which means it's going to look fake.
Yeah, because...
It's going to look like we're
faith is almost... It's like faith is the Lord version of fake.
Yes. Fake is a twisted version of the faith version of what we were originally supposed to do in the first place.
Yes. I'm like sitting crisscross in your seat because I'm like...
Are you comfortable?
I'm so comfortable.
Isn't this great? Paris, I just want to say thank you for joining me today on Let's Talk with Teresa Ann.
Thank you
for being my guest. And I want to say thank you to each of you for joining us on Let's Talk with Teresa Ann. Remember, this show is about bold inspiration, revealing God's goodness. Have a great day.
I think, what if it's really you need to strike me down?